Summary of Inheritance, The Lost Bride Trilogy. Book 1, The Lost Bride Trilogy, 1. Written by Nora Roberts. Prologue. Astrid Granville stood on the threshold of a new life, her heart pounding with the exhilaration of a momentous day. Today marked the beginning of her life as Mrs. Colin Poole. In the short span of a year, she had fallen deeply in love with Colin, not just for his handsome features but for the essence of his being, his deep green eyes, the resonance of his voice, and the sharpness of his mind. Colin, a shipbuilder by trade, inherited the family business from his father, Arthur Poole, whose memory lingered in the stones of the castle overlooking the vast sea. The holiday in Poole's Bay unfolded in a symphony of joy, with music and dancing echoing through the halls of the castle. The brothers, Colin and Connor, stewards of the shipbuilding legacy, had set aside their responsibilities for the day. The festivities embraced the home Arthur built, enveloping it in the warmth of love, laughter, and the promise of a future. Astrid envisioned a life with Colin, filled with children born of their love. The wild cliff, where Arthur's sturdy stone castle stood, was now their home, a testament to the continuity of the Poole lineage. The anticipation of creating the first spark of life together fueled Astrid's excitement on this, their wedding night. Arabelle, Astrid's dearest friend, inquired about nervousness as she herself approached the impending marriage bed. Yet, Astrid, far from being nervous, was eager to explore the unknown realms of passion with Colin. With a heart full of devotion, she vowed to uphold the vows they exchanged. In the looking glass of their future bedchamber, Astrid saw the transformation from girlhood to womanhood. Colin's endearing description of her hair as sunlit silk, adorned with a crown of roses and a short veil, brought a smile to her face. Her white dress, a source of pre-wedding worry, now floated gracefully as she had envisioned. Though she doubted her own beauty, Astrid felt pleasing, especially on this day of transition. The sparkle of the ring Colin gave her radiated a promise, the pledge to love her through all of his life and even beyond death. Now, with the wedding band on her left hand, Astrid vowed to reciprocate that love throughout her life and into the afterlife. As she stood in quiet contemplation, a fleeting moment of serenity, Astrid prepared to rejoin the celebration. The music, the dancing, and Colin's insistence on marking this day were calling her back. The pipers played, and as the night unfolded, Astrid would celebrate the first day of the long and happy life she envisioned with Colin. But fate, cruel and unforeseen, interjected into the blissful scene. A figure, vaguely familiar, rushed into the room. Before Astrid could comprehend, a glint of steel caught her eye. The next instant, searing pain coursed through her body as a knife plunged into her. Unable to scream, Astrid staggered backward, witnessing the relentless assault. The assailant callously tossed the knife aside, declaring Astrid would never have Colin. The ominous words of a love-stricken adversary echoed, promising a haunting fate. As Astrid lay bleeding, the assailant licked her blood off her finger, leaving behind a chilling prophecy. The wedding ring, a symbol of eternal commitment, was callously taken. The shocking act was more agonizing than the physical pain, and Astrid was left dying on the floor near the marriage bed that would forever remain unshared. A marriage isn't a marriage until it is consummated, the assailant proclaimed. With the stolen ring in hand, she left Astrid with a cursed destiny, damning her to be forever lost. The bloodstain spread over the pristine white of the wedding dress, and Astrid, consumed by the desperate need to retrieve her ring, rose to her feet. In a harrowing journey, her hands slick with her own blood, Astrid reached for the door. The world around her dimmed, and every breath became a torment. Someone screamed from a distant reality as Astrid sought Colin, the urgency for her ring overpowering the agony. In a surreal moment, she saw Colin rushing towards her, his deep green eyes filled with fear and grief. He caught her as her strength waned, pleading for her not to leave. Astrid, in her final moments, vowed to him, "I never will." And she didn't. The world faded away, the music, the gowns, the faces, all dissolved into an ethereal nothingness. Colin held her, tears streaming down his face, and Astrid, in her last breath, kept her promise. The circle of life, the promise of a long and happy existence, was brutally stolen, leaving Colin in the embrace of grief. Astrid Granville, in death, remained true to her pledge, eternally bound to Colin's love, as the sea below the cliffs whispered tales of an interrupted union. Chapter 1. Sonia's journey through the tumultuous world of wedding planning took an unexpected turn when she discovered her fiancé, Brandon, entangled with her cousin Tracy. The revelation shattered the illusion of her impending fairy tale wedding and prompted a cascade of emotions, ranging from disbelief to seething rage. In the midst of the wreckage, Sonia sought refuge in the unwavering support of her best friend, Cleo. The confrontation unfolded in the living room, where Sonia stumbled upon a scene straight out of a soap opera. A red stiletto lay abandoned, a white dress crumpled on the floor, and the sounds of intimacy echoed in the room. Sonia's initial shock gave way to a torrent of anger as she hurled a shoe at the unfaithful pair. The room became a battlefield of emotions, with accusations flying and Sonia demanding they vacate her home. Tracy, caught in the act, sobbed and fumbled to cover herself. Brandon, still grappling with his clothes, attempted feeble explanations, but Sonia's wrath was unrelenting. The realization that her cousin, a member of the bridal party, had betrayed her trust only fueled Sonia's fury. In the aftermath of the confrontation, Sonia turned to Cleo, her rock and confidant. Cleo's fierce loyalty was palpable as she raged alongside Sonia. Together, they navigated the ruins of cancelled plans, confronting the practicalities of untying the knots of an engagement. Cleo, armed with a mix of empathy and righteous anger, vowed to help Sonia exact some form of retribution. As they huddled in Sonia's living room, Cleo expressed a desire for vengeance. Sonia, however, found solace in the simple act of having her best friend by her side. Cleo's unwavering support provided a balm to Sonia's wounded soul, reminding her that, despite the betrayal, she was not alone. The friends delved into the tedious task of canceling wedding plans. Each call to vendors, from the hotel to the florist, felt like a step toward reclaiming control. Cleo, with her fiery demeanor and Louisiana roots, was a force to be reckoned with as she negotiated and demanded restitution for the deposits that seemed irretrievably lost. In the midst of canceling reservations and disentangling the intricate web of wedding preparations, Sonia couldn't escape the nagging question. How did she let herself get lost in the grand spectacle that Brandon wanted? The hotel ballroom, the elaborate wedding cake, and the gold-embellished invitations, all were a manifestation of Brandon's desires, not hers. Cleo, sensing Sonia's internal struggle, reminded her that the wedding day was just one day, and it didn't define the entirety of their relationship. Yet, Sonia couldn't shake the feeling that she had sacrificed too much of herself in the pursuit of a vision that was never truly hers. As they sorted through the remnants of the cancelled plans, Sonia felt a strange mix of relief and sadness. The invitations, painstakingly designed, now held no purpose. Cleo, sensing the emotional weight, suggested a symbolic act of burying the wedding invitation proof alongside a pair of Brandon's boxers under a full moon. Sonia, in a rare moment of levity, entertained the idea as a form of cathartic closure. With each cancelled appointment, from the photographer to the videographer, Sonia's ties to the life she thought she wanted unraveled. The prospect of calling off the registry and the scheduled house viewings felt like shedding the remnants of a dream that had turned into a nightmare. Amidst the chaos, Cleo became Sonia's anchor. She not only assisted in the logistical nightmare of undoing wedding plans but also offered a listening ear and a comforting presence. Sonia's emotions swung between bouts of anger, sorrow, and occasional bouts of dark humor. Cleo, with her fierce protectiveness and genuine affection, remained a constant in the storm. The hours stretched into the evening as the friends navigated the treacherous waters of canceling a wedding. Pizza boxes littered the living room, and empty wine bottles bore witness to the emotional toll of the day. Sonia, surrounded by the wreckage of what was supposed to be the happiest time of her life, felt a strange sense of liberation. As the night wore on, Cleo suggested a change of pace. "Let's get out of here," she proposed. "We'll take a break from canceling and have some time away from this mess." Sonia, appreciative of the lifeline, agreed. They wandered through the city streets, the crisp air serving as a balm to Sonia's frayed nerves. The conversation meandered from the absurdity of wedding planning to the complexities of relationships. Cleo shared stories from her own life, peppering the conversation with her signature blend of wisdom and humor. In the quiet corners of a late-night diner, Sonia began to find clarity. The rubble of cancelled wedding plans and shattered dreams slowly transformed into a blank canvas. Cleo, with her pragmatic yet compassionate outlook, helped Sonia see the opportunity for a new beginning. The night ended with a promise of continued support and the reassurance that Sonia was not defined by the failed wedding plans. The road ahead was uncertain, but Sonia felt a glimmer of optimism. The ordeal had tested her resilience, but with Cleo by her side, she was ready to face whatever lay ahead. The morning brought a renewed sense of purpose. Sonia, with Cleo's unwavering support, faced the daunting task of rebuilding her life. The cancelled plans and broken engagement were stepping stones toward a future that was authentically hers. In the weeks that followed, Sonia embraced the healing power of time and friendship. The echoes of betrayal gradually faded, replaced by the strength born from adversity. With Cleo by her side, Sonia embarked on a journey of self-discovery and self-love, reclaiming the reins of her life. The tale of Sonia's broken engagement became a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of true friendship. The narrative, woven with threads of heartache and humor, unfolded as a poignant exploration of love, loss, and the transformative nature of adversity.